everything you need to know about cruising from New York City. Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Kling, the Travel KLING here in my home port of Manhattan. And the most important thing you need to know is that New York City has 3 different cruise ports. They're nowhere near each other, and one of them is in another state entirely. Let's take a look at the map. We have the Midtown Manhattan Terminal. We've got Bayonne, New Jersey, called Cape Liberty Cruise Port. And then there's the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal. Let's start in Manhattan. The Midtown Manhattan Cruise Terminal is a historic one, and you'll most likely use this one. Most ships go here. It's been around for almost 100 years and served historic ships, the superliners of the grand era of ocean travel in the 1930s. In fact, they were built just for these special ships. It was called Luxury Liner Row, Pier 88 and 90, and they're still in service to this day. The Manhattan Cruise Terminal is in a great location. It's only about a 20-minute walk to Times Square, a 30-minute walk to Central Park, and it's right next to the Intrepid Museum, where you can go see a space shuttle, an old aircraft carrier, and tons of other military equipment. Great for families and kids. And in fact, in 2026, on July 4th, a huge celebration will be happening there. It's America's 250th birthday, and it will coincide with Fleet Week, when naval ships from all over the world come and hang out in New York City for the week. It's a great time. That is the New York City Manhattan Cruise Terminal. Let's go over to New Jersey, Cape Liberty in Bayonne. Now, this isn't another state, but you can get a glimpse of the skyline from far away. It is really easy to get to by car, not necessarily mass transit. I tried it so you don't have to. It took me 3 different trains, and after that, you still had to get a cab. So my recommendation is just to get a car or drive from the beginning. I love mass transit, it just doesn't really work for this particular port. One interesting thing about Bayonne, New Jersey, it has this really pretty memorial at the foot of the pier. It's called the Teardrop Memorial. It was donated by Russia after 9/11. All right, let's head back to New York City for our third and final port, the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal. I like this one. In fact, this may be my favorite port. It's convenient and it's calm, which is saying a lot for a cruise port. I mean, it's certainly busy, but it only takes one ship at a time. I got there a really easy way. Is my favorite tip is by the New York City ferry. It cost me less than $5, and I got there in less than 20 minutes. It drops you off right at the pier, and you right where everybody else is getting dropped off by cabs or bus. And you can drive here real easy. Don't expect to take mass transit here. It's really out of the way, not even subway accessible in New York City, but it's a great neighborhood called Red Hook. If you've got time to explore, I would really recommend that. But regardless of where you're sailing from or to, you'll get to see some iconic landmarks only in New York. Of course, there's the Statue of Liberty. Cruises from the Manhattan Terminal will definitely go right by her, but you'll still get a good sight from the Brooklyn and Bayonne cruise terminals of the Statue of Liberty. And then in your final moments of New York City, you'll get to sail under the Verrazano Bridge, the historic suspension bridge that was the longest in the world for 20 years. And then you're off into the ocean to enjoy your cruise to many, many different parts of the world. And that is everything you need to know about cruising from New York City. I'm Brandon Kling, the Travel KLING. Stay here for more. Give me a follow. Safe sailing and bon voyage.